Hello friends, and welcome to the Spiritual Encouragement Group, the place where entrepreneurs come to be refreshed. And since this is meant to encourage you in as little time as possible, because I know you're busy, let's dive into this week's Word of the Week, where we'll be going over the problem, promise, purpose, power, and provision that God has for you. So let's get into it. The problem. So this week, the feeling that we're dealing with is wanting to quit. And the way that I framed it goes as follows. I just want to quit because nothing is going right now, and I'm not doing well financially. The promise. And our promise comes from Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, and I'll read it in the King James. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not. The purpose. So this is a part of Paul's closing letter to the Galatians. He's teaching them how to live in community with each other. And he talks to them about the difference between satisfying their sinful nature versus living to please the Spirit. And he's actually encouraging them by telling them not to be weary in well-doing. And that word well is the word kalos, which means beautiful. And the word doing is paeo in the Greek, which means to make. And then due season, the word due is actually the Greek word eideos, which means one's own. And the word season is kairos, which means time or season. So when taken all together, it's kind of like make beautiful things happen in your own time. The power. So the power that I got from this was that if I continue to sow by doing good things or by continuing to make beautiful things happen or beautiful moments happen, then I'm doing that to please the Spirit. And in doing that, and if I continue to do that and remain consistent in doing that, I will reap a harvest. And it's not going to be a harvest that's based on anybody else's timeline. It'll be a harvest based on God's timeline for me. So what good can I do, and what beautiful things can I actually sow right now? The provision. So when it comes to provision, I believe that God's giving me the ability to sow. So what can I sow right now? What can I sow to continue to do good things? Well, I can sow encouragement. That's one thing. I can continue to sow my gifts and my talents. And I can continue to sow love, playfulness, and joy. Conclusion. It is in times like these that I need to learn to sow and never stop. Sowing and reaping is a basic principle that takes time, and that is why we do not give up. So I will continue to sow in my business. I'm going to continue to sow in my life, and I'm going to do my best to make beautiful things happen. And I pray that you do the same. Thank you for joining me here today. I hope that this session has been a source of encouragement for you. Be here next week for more spiritual encouragement. And until then, no matter what challenges you may face this week, remember that you have the power to keep moving forward. God bless you.